Hey, how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays to you guys. Fresh from San Diego Comic-Con after a sweet 5-hour drive last night, I'm ready to share stories and loot and photos with you guys. So San Diego Comic-Con was absolutely amazing. Like, compared to Phoenix, it's like night and fucking day. Like, the amount of different stuff they have there just fucking blows my mind. So, like, in Phoenix, you have normal booths, like normal vending booths and whatever, like nothing too fancy, nothing really crazy, just, you know, normal different vending booths, and that's pretty much it. Get out of my way, Court. Ugh. And that's pretty much it. Normal booths. And then at San Diego, it's like these giant elaborate displays and I don't even know how to describe it all. They just these elaborate displays with all this crazy stuff and different events and things that you can do with them and different things that you can see and try, and it was like, oh my god. Like, I mean, not only was like the vending hall so much bigger, it was like a mile long. Like, so not only was that so much bigger, but like again, just like the stuff that you can do there was fucking amazing. I can't even. On a scale from 1 to even, I just can't. I'll definitely, like, really, pictures can only truly describe, like, what you see there. So I have plenty of photos. I got a couple of videos for you guys. That's really the only way I can describe, like, this scale. So if any of you guys, if you guys haven't been to San Diego Comic-Con, but you've been to other cons, like, you'll understand what I'm trying to say here, what I'm talking about, because it's like huge displays, guys, and huge things, like, and then of course there's like famous people all over the place too. I didn't run in, well, actually that's a lie, I did run into one. I didn't run into any of them but one, which was kind of funny and super, super awesome. So my friend John, which is one of the people that I went with, he recognizes a lot of people. He knows a lot of people in like the comic book type of scene, because I love like Comic-Con, but I don't know people within that type of realm, to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't know them well enough to be like, oh yeah, they drew comics for this and they do this and that's what they do. Like, I might know of their work but not know who they are, you know what I mean? So anyway, so Tom Kenny, I believe, the voice actor is SpongeBob. We were just walking on down, and then, you know, John noticed him, and then friggin' Tom Kenny, like, you know, John stops him, and like fucking Tom Kenny, SpongeBob, comes up to me and he's like, you have a really amazing voice. He's like, I'm very vocal is not the word for it, I'm totally spacing out here, but he's just like, you know, sounds are kind of like my thing, and he's like, I heard your voice in the crowd, and I was like, that's a really good voice, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, SpongeBob just told me my voice is amazing. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I'm so famous now. I'm going places, guys. Famous people are like, your voice is so beautiful. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, yeah, it's super unique and stuff. So I felt super fucking awesome and flattered. And it also was funny because my friends are like trying to stop. I'm like, oh, hey, it's you. And the guy just kind of sidesteps and be like, hey, your voice is great. I'm like, oh my god, it was so cool, guys. But anyway, there's other famous people there, like Anna Kendrick, who is Becca from Pitch Perfect. If you guys seen Pitch Perfect, hilarious movie. Chris Pratt, who is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. I was trying to see him, but there's too many people in front of me and I was short, so I could not. Like, I wasn't trying to get like close enough or do autographs or anything, but I was trying to like tippy-toe and be like, I just want to see your face. Like, come on. And then I saw like some other people up on a stage and I can see them, whoever they were, but I couldn't see Chris Pratt, so I'm like, where the fuck is this asshole hiding, like on a lower level? I'm like, come on. I'm like, a short people can't see shit. It really was shitty. But yeah, so there's famous people everywhere. Giant booths everywhere. And you know what's so cool too is like you get like all these famous booths that like you don't get to see. So like Valve was there. Granted, Valve's booth was like this big. I was kind of surprised. Like, their booth literally was about 4 feet wide. Like, no back, no side, no nothing. It was just, here is this 4-foot wall that they had, and I was just like, there could be so much more. Like, Glitch Gear, if you guys know Glitch Gear, I was at their booth a couple of times. Like, they had a booth like 5 times the size, which again, mind you, isn't huge, but compared to Valve's like 4-foot space, they had like a booth like 5 times the size with like, you know, Half-Life stuff and TF2 stuff. And I'm like, Valve, you could have all of this too. Like, come on, like you can have all this great array of fun, like, you know, medic shirts and other things. I'm like, come on. They had like portal guns and stuff, and I'm like, Valve, like, Glitchier has a much more giant booth than you. Like, what the fuck? And they got all this Valve style gear. Like, come on. But that was super neat. And then they had like a giant Blizzard thing, and it's just I mean I can go on and on about I guess everything that they had, but I have pictures, so I might as well just show you that. So anyway, I was so out of it like a lot of this weekend because I kept reading stuff. So I was so meticulous about packing and everything because I was doing my NG cosplay there, not the God of War one because I didn't have anyone to body paint me. So I was doing my NG cosplay, and I'm like unpacking everything on Friday and like, okay, like, you know, I got this, I got that, I got blah, 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 blah. Like I repainted my glove and everything. Like I repainted the silver. And I completely forgot my red shirt. Like the red shirt with the engineer passes. Like I completely forgot. And I was just like, I'm like, you must be kidding me. I'm like, I can't go there as a normal person. I'm like, no. I'm like, I did everything. I repainted the glove. I packed just everything. I'm like, you can't, no. I'm like, this can't be. I'm like, this can't be happening. So, and then I went to fucking... I got this like blue, it's super wrinkly, and honestly, I bought it this wrinkled. I went to Kohl's and I got like this blue button-up because it's super hard to find a red button-up apparently. And it's a medium, so it's kind of big and frumpy, but I used that for Friday, and then like, no joke, my family's fucking awesome. I was like messaging my mom when I found out. I'm like, hey, I'm like, Mom, I'm like, please so do me a solid. I'm like, can you please see if you can overnight me this shirt and do the quickest shipping possible, because I know that there's sometimes like before 10:30 shipping, and like sometimes they have like, you know, next day by 8 p.m. and then they have like next day by 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, Mom, I'm like, can you find this shirt in my room and then overnight it to me? I'm like, it's so important. It's so important. I didn't even ask, I had her just take money out of my account. I didn't even ask how much it cost to do that, but it probably was a bit expensive. So my mom overnighted me my actual engineer shirt, which means I can return this because it's wrinkled and frumpy on me because it's a medium and it's big. And then Saturday night. No, Friday. So then I'm pretty sure. So Friday night, yep, it was Friday night. So Friday night, I lost my glove. I have no idea where my glove went. The one that I repainted and everything and I redid, I fucking lost it. And then I get my shirt the next morning. And then the next morning I realize that my glove is gone. And I'm like, oh, do we leave it in the car? Do we leave it in the trunk? Like, is it in any of my stuff? Gone. And then I'm like, we went to the Old Time Spaghetti Factory a couple times. So I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I left it at Old Time Spaghetti Factory. I'm like, hey, do you guys have a lost and found? Yeah. Hey, is there this in there? Nope. I'm like, are you sure it's not? Like, I asked twice. I called over the phone, and then we went back the next day, and I was like, hey, I asked again, because I'm like, maybe they, like, suck at looking in the lost and found. I don't fucking know. And, nope, it was not there. So I bought one of those rubber cleaning gloves, and I just wore a rubber cleaning glove around, which is super uncomfortable because like they didn't like my other glove was kind of leathery and it breathed a little bit more, and then with, you know, the cleaning gloves is meant to keep any type of anything out, you know. It was terrible, but everything was off as far as that goes. So it was interesting to say the least. Any other interesting stories I have besides whatever the fuck it is I'm thinking of? Yeah, no. Yep, Tom Kenny thing, that was pretty sweet. Awesome booths. Yep. Lost a lot of shit and was all over the place and couldn't figure out what to do for life. That's pretty much like the main things that I can think of as far as story-wise goes. So anyway, I'm going to show you some awesome stuff I got. Actually, I didn't get much awesome stuff, but I got this at the Valve booth. Look it's a little dispenser. It's actually, I think this is supposed to be in here. I think it came out, whatever. It can have like a dreadlock. And it's happy on one side, and then it's sad on the other, and then it talks. So I think I think they just like fucked with the NG's voice, which is really sad because I love the engineer's voice. So it would have been so much more neat if they just kept it, but I think they're trying to give the dispenser its own personality. So super cute. So I carried this around because oh, my monitor's going on sleepy mode. I've been blabbering for too long. So I got this because it's so cute. And then not only that, but when you're an engineer at cons, a lot of people tend to be like, we need a dispenser here. And then I can be like, oh, look how scared it looks. Except, unfortunately, and I don't know if this is because San Diego Con is so much bigger, or because maybe there's just not as many people that are into TF2, but I'm pretty fucking sure I took a lot more photos as Bob the Builder or just your run-of-the-mill mechanic than a fucking engineer. I only heard a couple people call me NG, and I heard a lot of fucking people call me Bob the Builder, Fix-It Felix, or, oh, it's like an electrician or a mechanic or something, and I'm just kind of like, I only had a few people actually call me NG, whereas when I'm at Phoenix Comic Con, like, I'm like, oh, engineer, like, hey, oh, look, it's the engineer, like, NG, like, let's do a photo. I'm like, yeah! Like, I got Bob the Builder and Fix-It Felix at, like, Phoenix too, but I took so many photos with kids because people thought that I was Bob the Builder, and it just got to that point where I just agreed. I was just like, they're like, oh, it's Bob the Builder, can we take your photo? And I'm just like, sure. Or if they said Bob the Builder, I just smile. The only time I would actually correct them is if they asked. If they're like, hey, are you this? And then I'll be like, no. But a lot of the times they just said, oh, it's Bob the Builder or whatever. This one guy like hunted me down and he's just like, oh, what are you doing? Are you like a mechanic or something? I'm like, no. But that guy did tell me that he hunted me down because he saw my butt. So that one was kind of weird. And then he was like looking all weird. And then I guess apparently he was looking to see if I had a ring. And I'm like, nope, I'm like, I don't have a ring, but I do have a man. So, sorry. But yeah, it was kind of, so I don't know if people like don't know what TF2 is in San Diego, or it just brings such a more diverse crowd, or if the con is just so big that I apparently could not find Team Fortress 2 people. Like, I'm not sure. I ran into 2 TF2 cosplayers there, and in Phoenix I normally run into 10-ish or so. So again, I can't tell if it's because the con's so big I just never fucking ran into them, or if they just have an underwhelming amount of lack of TF2 love there. Like, I really have no idea. But I took so many more photos, just not pretending to be the Bob the Builder, but just not correcting people on what I was, because I'm like, what's the fucking point? It happens so much that I'm just kind of like, unless you ask, I just don't give a shit to explain it anymore. So anyway, so I got this for if people said need a dispenser here, and at Phoenix that happens quite often. And in San Diego, I think it happened maybe once. And I was just like, disappointing. And then I got this Team Blue hat. And even though I wear Team Red, I really love Team Blue's logo a lot more than I like Team Red's logo. Like, I think it looks so much neater. So I got the blue one instead because I liked the logo better. And then I ordered something else that hasn't got here yet. I have this All That thing for if you guys like 90s Nick. It was super awesome. I got to do a 90s Nick trivia question, and I have that recorded. So all the photos and recordings will be after this, which I've been talking for a long time. But sorry, there's just so much to say. It's going to be a long vlog. So much to say. So I got this from there, which is super cool. And then the other thing, let me grab it. So these bags are super fucking popular. Like, look how big this is. Like fucking like tearing for scale here. Like, here we go. Like, tearing for scale. Like, and this is going down further. Like, these bags are fucking popular as shit. Like, I have never seen bags this huge, I don't think, at Phoenix Con. And this one, like, they have these everywhere. Like, they had like a 90s Nick styled one, they had a Overwatch one, they had a Pop one, and they have a bunch of others. And apparently these are huge. Like, apparently people collect these. Like, people will literally like collect these bags, and I guess they have different ones every year at San Diego, and like, it's always this big. Like, I got this from buying this. Like, I don't need a bag this fucking big. Like, I did not carry this around at all. I'm like, I'll definitely keep it because it's interesting. But like, I got this from this. Like, there's no like, oh, here's a tiny like thank you for coming bag. Like, there's like, here's this giant thing, and I'm just like, okay. It was great. Okay, I think I'm done blabbering. It's been 14 minutes and I still have a lot of other random shit to show you guys. So if you're still here and stuck around, I'm going to just post all the videos and photos, which are probably going to take another couple of minutes as well. I'm going to post all the videos and photos and stuff at the end of it. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow and whatever the fuck it is that I need to render tomorrow, because it's been a weekend of craziness and I forgot about everything. So whatever. Anyway, happy rest of the Mondays to you guys. Enjoy some random photos and shit. Bye. Feel my power.
Go. Hey, what? Oh, good news, everyone. Hey, I'm in San Diego, in front of the old spaghetti factory. I'm waiting for food. That's funny.
Hey, we're here doing Temple Trivia at Nickelodeon. My name's Michael, this is
Taryn.
And of course we're joined by Olmec from his all-time favorite show, which was
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
So we have a random Nick trivia question for you. If you get it right, you take home a fabulous prize. If you get it wrong, you leave a sore loser. No, that's not true. There is a parting gift. Here's your question. On Rugrats, what color is Tommy Pickles' shirt?
Blue.
Blue E. Correct! Great job! You are a true legend.
Congratulations, right over this way. Pick up your fabulous prize pack. Thanks for playing.